Welcome back to another episode of Size Previews. Normal service resumed this week.
Yeah, we've got some new shoes to show you.
As always, I'm Luke Matthews, joined by Chris Binns. Sit back, relax, and let's get into it. So we're going to start this episode with something you've seen before from a silhouette perspective, but something you've definitely not seen from an execution perspective. So these are our next two executions of Athen, and I mean, already they look like grails.
What we wanted to do with this, we wanted to, well, like we do, put a bit of storytelling in it, take it back to Athens and take it back to Greece as a country. We were kind of doing a little digging when we found a market called, now someone's going to correct me on how I say this, is it Monsterarchy market? I think it's close enough, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Which is a huge flea market over there. And it just was really interesting. So we kind of like borrowed some of the colourways from there. There's a lot of plates, tableware, stuff like that, kind of, you know what I mean, like nice artwork and stuff in that.
Do you remember how nice the
market.
floor was as well?
Exactly,
a lot of the colours came from there.
And this kind of like dials into that them whole images of that place and how rich all the colours are in that place.
Yeah, a lot of it for us as well. When we saw the four, we came with the OG first, so iconic. We followed up with the Japanese executions, which again, so iconic in terms of the being the grails.
Blimey.
It was like, blimey worthy. How do we take it to a new space while still paying homage to Athens? And that was where this came from. It's still going to have the DNA of the place, but from a colour perspective, take it into a new space. And what you'll also see is, I kind of think a little bit of a signature thing we've kind of applied over the last few years is the contrasting heel.
Yeah. I think for me, you hit it, take it into a new space. Do you mean? And that's what we wanted to do.
While still feeling credible.
To make that modern classics, if you mean, we're putting it out there a little bit. That's what we wanted to do, make modern grails with these shoes. And I think we've got there. These are amazing. We don't want to go and do a million colourways like we have done previously.
No, this
we don't
is
want
it.
That's it.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to do something really nice to kind of finish off our journey with Athen, and I think we've got there. Other than that, you know, what can I say? Quality of the shoes is ridiculous.
Yeah, what I will say is they've been spec'd exactly the same as the Japanese execution, so you'll see the same proportions in terms of tongue logo. Remove the text on the side of the shoe, because again, that was how it's reissued in Japan. Details are one for one, because we wanted to feel a continuation of that.
Yeah.
So it's almost, this is the full circle of the journey now. It stops here, and what a way to finish. Next up, something a little bit different for these episodes, and it's a project I've been very excited to see come to life, and it's been changed ever so slightly every sample I've seen, but it's the New Balance 420.
Oh man, to me, like, there's something just beautiful about these kind of like 80s running shoes from New Balance. I mean, just something perfect about them. And on these, I know it's a one-to-one bring back of the original shoe. We've seen different variations over the years, but this is really as true as you can get to that original shoe, and they've absolutely hit the nail on the head here.
Yeah, so for me, I'm going to be really honest with you. Not that I'm not usually. 420 was quite a hard shoe for me to wear because it was quite slim.
Yeah.
The proportions on this shoe are so wearable. When you get the shoe on, how good did it look when I had it on earlier?
Yeah, unbelievable. And like, just everything about it, just all the little details. You mean, you can see the height in the kind of midsole and stuff like that. It's just amazing. The material's spot on. And I'm looking forward to wearing these. We've not seen much in this space recently from New Balance, have we? You know, like just kind of a true OG bring back of these kind of like, should we say, vintage running shoes. Normally it's kind of a new interpretation, which are brilliant, don't get me wrong, but it's just nice to see something so pure again that's really just referencing what the original looked like.
And the most exciting thing about this pack coming is when we have our meetings with New Balance, there's an amazing sort of picture on the wall of an old advert.
Yeah.
And they're wearing 420s.
Yeah.
And they're wearing an amazing waterproof jacket.
Yeah.
It's sick. It's sick. It's next level. What we're doing alongside the shoes is doing a full reissue of the apparel collection, and we've taken this jacket as the centerpiece of the collection, and we've built a range all around it. So I can't wait to see the reaction of this collection.
Got some short shorts in there.
There's some shorts in there, there's some nice pants
Short
in there. They're relatively short, they'll be short on you, but it's a really nice collection. So yeah, I'm really excited to see the reaction of these, but how good does this shoe look?
Amazing.
So we're going to finish this episode with something very, very special. And we say this a lot, but this is a real special story. In the middle of lockdown, we received an email from a collective in the community over in Jakarta called the Diehard Adidas Fan. And they basically said, hi guys, we think you might like to find this. We've found about 450 pairs of dead stock vintage Adidas products from the 70s all the way through to the 90s. And we were like, okay, it just sounds too good to be true, but we're going to investigate it. And lo and behold, after the various meetings we've had with them, they've unearthed an incredible collection. And we felt it really embodies what the Lost One stands for, and also showcasing these communities and subcultures that exist all around the world that showcase and share the same passion we do.
Yeah, and love the product like we do.
So what we've managed to do is actually recreate some of these amazing shoes we've found, and then also do a little bit of something special off the back of it. But let's firstly start with these two incredible executions. Now,
go on.
How do we say? I mean, Trimm-Trabs, but not as you know it. You'll see something completely different on both of them. Firstly, missing D-rings.
Yeah.
And secondly, look at the mesh on this version.
Oh, I mean, and it took us a while to get to this, hasn't it? You mean there's been various different ways trying to get this mesh just to replicate it one-to-one. So them guys have got the shoe over there, they sent us multiple images of it from every single angle you can get, just so we can get it spot on, and it just looks really good. And it gives it like there's something really different about it. Like, do you mean? Essentially it is just it's a Trimm-Trab, but there's just something that gives, it just looks different. It feels a lot more sporty, it feels a lot more, I don't know, just the shape feels like it's changed slightly. Obviously the tongue's slightly different, but there's just something different about it. It feels like a completely different shoe, and it's come out really, really strong.
I'm so pleased with both of these. And I actually saw, I think Bobby put a picture on his Instagram not long ago, the 77 West Germany version. And the reaction it got on social was brilliant.
Yeah.
But I genuinely feel that shoe it looks vintage. It actually doesn't look like a brand new shoe.
No, and like I said, we've used as many images as we can. We've had to hone in. There's been 2 or 3 different meshes, haven't there? We've tried, and wow, just to get to this, and it's just something completely new, and we've been doing this for a long time now, and just see something fully look fresh, do you mean look new, but it's been around for such a long time.
And another West German execution, you need to see this in person to actually see how good the colours are. Original footbeds, same tongue branding, and we've literally, you won't believe it, but 3 samples it's taken us to get this colour of yellowing on the midsole, where it's not too yellow, it's not too much, and it still feels like the shoes we found.
Exactly.
We did want these shoes to feel like you just opened the box from like a time capsule almost, and it just exists. But I mean, these two are incredible, and what an amazing story, and they're an amazing community, and I'm really looking forward to when these shoes come to market, because we've got so much exciting content to tell the full story. But what we wanted to do to finish the story was to almost give them their own Trimm-Trab to celebrate the moment.
Are we ready for this?
Let's do it.
Go on.
So this is based on the crest from Jakarta, and this is almost a way of almost paying homage and celebrating really the moment.
It's just celebrating these other 2 shoes and celebrating that community and what they've found and what they've given to us, really, with giving us his insight of these shoes that they found in the store. So we really felt there was something else there to kind of really finish this pack off and make it feel complete. And like Luke said, we've referenced the crest of Jakarta, and I think it's come out really, really well. I mean, for us, as you know, we love the details, and we've got some nice little details in there, haven't we? I mean, you've got in the footbed there, you can see how we've kind of interwoven like the kind of atlas view of Indonesia within to the kind of normal footbeds, which for me is really, really good. It's unbelievable. But just overall, the shoe, again, the quality, the suedes, leather on the heel tab, leather on the stripes, all these kind of components make this shoe amazing. And that's what we've done the whole pack. The whole pack feels really, really strong. I think this, again, like you said earlier on, embodies what Lost Ones is about. Do you know what I mean? And I think now we've set the bar so high, I don't know where we're going to go next year with the Lost Ones.
No, well, for me, this takes the Lost Ones into a new space, because we've gone from reimagining colours onto shoes to actually bringing the shoes back.
Shoes that no one's probably seen. So, there's a lot of people who've probably not even seen these shoes.
This is like Lost Ones 2.0, but like elevated it. And like I said, the reaction we saw on social when a few people have actually seen this version recently was crazy. So I'm really excited to know everyone's thoughts on these. We love the shoes. I feel without the D-rings, it takes the shoe into a completely new space. And I think that version for me just celebrates that journey, comes back full circle. And it also shows there's so many of us like-minded individuals and collectors throughout the world that have the same passion. And I just love the fact it's shining a light on people that we didn't know that had these collections.
And we need to work out where we're going to go in the world next time, don't we?
I mean, you tell me, who has these collections? Like, how many more shops that exist in the world that's sitting on 40-year plus dead stock?
Exactly.
We need to know. We want a big list of just the best places to visit. So yeah, they do exist, but we need to find them. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all the content coming through. And in the meantime, there's always the side social channels. Thanks again, and we'll see you next month.